you gotta stop downplaying yourself, bro. Sis, you gotta stop downplaying yourself. You gotta unleash that person people thought you couldn't be. You have to figure out how to find that individual that you had already visualized that you were, but other people's energy, perceptions of you, how they how they say you ain't when you know you are. You gotta stop letting people. You've gotta stop downplaying yourself and quit making it a habit. You feel what I'm saying? Shift how you think about yourself. Unleash it. As I get older in life, I just start to really realize, man, you've got to stop caring what people think of you and start practicing you. Start being authentic, man. It's crazy as we get older. Some of us don't really realize the time we spend on the habits we make and why it always become so hard to get out of these bad habits because we sit in it too long. We sit in it too long. We're not becoming aware enough of ourselves. We're not, personally choosing to grow. I want you to understand something. As you watch videos like this, it's a small percent of people that really want to like see a better way of feeling and thinking and being. It's a small percent of people in the world, straight up. It's not realistic. But if you're clicking on things like this and you're finding answers and you just overall this resonates with you, do you get what I'm saying? Like, continue to discover yourself. The self-discovery journey never really ends. There shouldn't really be a standard or a ladder where you end at. You should always still be trying to find ways of doing something. In this new world that we're going into, you got to learn new ways and new skill sets to live, survive, to make, to become more. Don't be stagnant. Something my grandfather told me when I was younger. He would always say, "I never have no reason to ever not learn. You don't have a reason to ever stop." And that always stayed with me. And progressively just taking the initiative to try to figure out to do something different and do something new, to set a different bar and a standard from yourself is very powerful. Empower yourself with knowing that you can be more. There's something that you can possibly do. There's projects that you can make. Unleash you. For real. Like, unleash who you are, unleash your creativity. It's a lot of us in the world that leaves our talents and traits dormant because we don't feel like we're good enough. We don't feel like that we're ready, in the case may have you. I forgot what channel I was watching, what video I was watching, where bro was like, if not now, when? And that hit. That was deep. I was like, if not now, when? How long are you going to wait to start? The only moment is now. At the end of the day, the only moment is now. And going through your recovery journey, when are you going to start? When are you going to stay consistent with it? When is the ruminating going to stop? You feel what I'm saying? Shift your paradigms, build new paradigms. I hadn't really realized, when I started to really understand what paradigms were, I hadn't really realized how strong that it can be, because you sit in it. You sit in you sit in downplaying yourself. I'm not good enough. You sit in that for so many years. I'm not good enough. You'll never know if you are good enough. But you sat in I'm not good enough for so many years, for so long, because somebody told you that you wasn't good enough, because whatever that person was that you put in your mind, as far as like how you looked up to them, or you pedestalized them, whatever the case may have, you took it serious enough to sit in that for however long years. Today you gotta unleash. You gotta unleash to you that you've been holding dormant for that long. Straight up. You gotta unleash that. A lot of people keep the cap on themselves because somebody else put the cap on you for you. A lot you stay cap you keep yourself you put the ceiling on yourself because you believed in what they said. You feel what I'm saying? You believed in it. Too much belief in somebody else's validation who most of the time aren't doing much themselves. You feel what I'm saying? And when I say much themselves, just not looking for the best version of themselves. You know what I mean? A lot of times this too, people will grab a whole bunch of just external things to validate an internal self that you can't do that. You can't supply happiness with yourself with stuff that's not of yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Not building with yourself, relying on validations that's temporary. You know, you create the happiness you make by what you build of yourself. Are you happy with yourself? You feel what I'm saying? Not having the victim mindset, not living in that trap, not staying condensed. You know what I mean? Not scared of trying, not scared of yourself. You got to stop being scared of yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of us, and even myself, a lot of us go through the mental trap of we really scared of how good we can be. For real, for real. A lot of us be scared of how good we can be, so we never even take the shot to begin with. Because what if we are good? Can we maintain it? Can I keep doing it? Is it even possible? Like so many already self doubts before you even took the shot. Just take it. You know what I mean? Becoming aware of self through this journey of life. It's always going to be scary because you don't know. But the only thing that you do know is what you do in the moment, what you do in the present. How serious it is for you to feel good when you wake up. Clear-minded. Clear-minded. Peace of mind. What's that look like? And when you get that vision, figure out how to build to it. You feel what I'm saying? Becoming the best version of yourself is always going to be a scary road because you're putting pieces, you're putting foundations together based off your own experience. You know, everybody got to experience life differently than you do. It's just up to you to take control of it. You see what I'm saying? Not giving your control up, not living on autopilot. It's so many times and so many things where I know that we can live on autopilot, you know, especially with like dealing with narcissists, living on autopilot, doing whatever they said that whatever is the right way to do because we can't think for ourselves. We put too much power into what people say. And that's another thing too about just sitting on that for so long of the narcissists and what they say, believing everything. You feel what I'm saying? Because the love bomb is so potent. It's just that right there, you sit in that for so many years. You sit in that and how you were dealing with them, and you don't trust yourself. You know, the biggest piece of it of healing for me on my journey was that I had to really trust myself. I had to stop being scared of making choices. I had to stop being scared to not rely on someone to validate me. You feel what I'm saying? That was my when I got that, it was the biggest piece that I can take for healing for myself is not relying on someone's validation. You feel what I'm saying? Of is this the right way? No, you have to go out there and try and see if it is the right way. You don't know until you see. I mean, but if someone was telling me this is the right way, I'm gonna do it. You feel what I'm saying? Not listening to myself. Try this way because you might be really good at this. Now take the leap. You feel what I'm saying? Trusting myself, believing in God. You see what I'm saying? Like taking the leap is the foundation of building that self trust and that self worth coming out of your narcissistic abuse situation. You see what I'm saying? That rebounding from that. It's gonna take time, but you can get to it. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said about the whole superpower concept. When I meant that about the superpower concept, because that awareness starts to give you somewhat of understanding that if you take a step like this, then this will be the result. You see what I'm saying? You start to believe in the results you get when you take the right step, when you choose the right step for you, and those small wins. And when you see, oh, so if I keep stepping this way and I do it, then it'll happen for me, and I'll believe. You believe in. I feel like the foundations of your beliefs comes from you getting results in what you believe in, not just doing the whole manifesting without work. You got to do the work. You can believe in it, but if you don't do the work, then it's really just that, a belief. I feel like your beliefs become concrete and foundation when you actually start getting results in the stuff that you believe in. You know what I mean? And that goes for your skill set. That goes for, can you really build a more stronger, stable mind from dealing with this, a more resilient mind going forward in your life, not letting people like this trigger you anymore, not letting these situations trigger you anymore, not being scared of yourself as you go forward anymore. Like that's so key and so vital, especially along my journey, for me to understand the trust in self is wild. Your trust in self is so powerful, but yet so scary at the same time, because it's all on you. It's all on you for you to build your mind up. It's all on you for you to forgive yourself for what you've been through. It's all on you to get out the victim mindset. And you kind of don't have a sense of it, but you kind of do have a sense of it, because again, you're in the motion of doing it, but you want to see the result now. You're not going to see the result until after you've done the work for so often, for so long, shifting that paradigm. You know what I mean? And just understanding, especially going through fitness and understanding how to reps and sets and different types and ways to eat, and going through the process, going through a system from transforming my body from how it was one way into a body way that it is now, that I like to live in and breathe in. Understanding that system gave me more understanding about how to believe in myself and how to really discover more. You know what I mean? Seek more, be happy, know how to build, know how to really connect, being more knowledgeable, gaining knowledge, creating things, like being more authentic with you, being more connected with you, not being scared of, not having to distract yourself with the people that love to be distracted. A lot of times your a lot of times your abuse comes from you just being around people that like to be distracted, because there's a high chance most of those people are the narcissists too. You know what I mean? They all hang around each other anyway, and you just being there, you can kind of see when you start to self improve on your recovery journey, you'll start to see these signs. These signs that stick out, and then you also be recap like, oh, that was a time when yes, somebody was a hater, somebody was a hater to you. Yes, I got it. Yes, you was a butt into the joke. That was a backhanded compliment. Yes, those are narcissistic people for the high chance of it, straight up. And really catching that and really understanding, it's like, man, so used to the abuse. You get so used to the abuse. It's so crazy how you don't even really know that for the most part for the longest until you catch it. And when you catch it, you like, dang, for so long, you know, not having boundaries, not telling people no, not being honest with what you see, making up excuses for the narcissist and what they're doing, how they make you feel, gaslighting yourself, trying to fit in with their crowd of people, the flying monkeys, listening to whatever they're saying, being manipulated by them, giving you different stories, and you seeing this. It's just a whirlwind. That system, being caught in that kind of system, will keep you stuck where you're at, thinking about this, and time will fly by, because you get so indoctrinated into that system and the narcissist likes to do that to you. They like to get you stuck in time. You feel what I'm saying? Where you just waste time doing nothing, worrying about what they're doing all day at work. That's all you worried about is the problem. And when you get home, it's gonna be more of a problem. I trust me. It's been crazy situations, and I'm sure that I know you can contest to it too, where it's like, dang, I can't focus. I can't breathe. I'm so thinking about this. I'm so like, this is so crazy. Like, I got it. You can't even sleep thinking about this nonsense they doing, creating this chaos. I trust and believe I got it, and it's off the chain because you lose a sense of time, low key, because you spent so much time, and then when you look at that, you're like, man, I could have put that towards something, that something else with more effort. Well, now that you have that awareness of how much time was wasted, take that awareness to spend that time intentional. Now, you feel what I'm saying? That's what I mean about the superpower. You become aware of it. You become aware of the time you spent dealing with this, thinking about this, worrying about nothing, worrying about something that you didn't get, that you don't have, like, you don't have to be there. That's something else too. You don't have to be there. And realizing that, especially like that was my key thing about for me, realize you don't have to leave. You need to. I told one of my homies one time, I was like, it ain't even gonna be, you wanna leave, something gonna make y'all leave. Something gonna make y'all separate. A situation gonna make y'all separate. Straight up. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because you get put in situations because you're so focused on trying to fix it with narcissists. And again, all this stuff goes into you downplaying yourself, because you take those mental wounds. You feel what I'm saying? You take those mental wounds that can't nobody see but you, and you don't even clean them afterwards. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta clean that immediately. You gotta sterilize that immediately. You feel what I'm saying? I.e., get yourself together, get right. You know what it is to focus your mind, to shift your paradigms, shift your system, put yourself in a better system, trust your system, get out their system that they put you in, get out that indoctrination over there. You don't need to believe in that. None of that stuff was true to begin with. They let all that be over there, and now you get in your system. You feel what I'm saying? Your environment is key to your recovery journey. You gotta get you. That's another one too. Your environment is key. You have to place things around you in order for you to feel like I'm really working towards this, and you have to see that. Like I said, the way that I do it, I have a dream board, or I'm sorry, I have a vision board as a wallpaper on my phone. So when I wake up, I see my vision board. I see my goals, and I know what I'm working towards every single day. I know what the focus is. You feel what I'm saying? And talking to people who do the same stuff that I do, getting around the same crowd of people that I do this, not because it's like to feel like you think you're better than other people. Is that you have to get around people who are doing something for you to always stick to it. That's what another thing about fitness. When I got around more fitness folk, it makes you want to stick to it because you see it. You see what I'm saying? You are who you hang around to a degree. I won't say that all the time, but for the most part, you are who you hang around, straight up. You have to see this, and again, you have to get yourself out of the environment of downplaying yourself. You have to remove those things and those people that is continue to get you to think less than of yourself. It's okay to think more of yourself. It's okay. You will. You can. You are. You feel what I'm saying? I am. Straight up. It's that you gotta have that belief in yourself, and it's okay to have that, bro, sis. It's okay to have that belief. You feel what I'm saying? As you go through your recovery journey, this is always, you may battle with the whole like, am I being arrogant while setting boundaries? Is this the right? No, yes, you're not being arrogant. You feel what I'm saying? You're not being arrogant. You're just allowing yourself grace to say no when you know you're gonna get drained of your energy. It's okay. It's okay. You feel what I'm saying? Improve yourself. It's keep continue to do that. Keep building upon yourself. It's gonna happen for you, and you also are working on it right now. You also making it a lifestyle. Making your recovery journey has to become a lifestyle for you to really stick to it, and shifting your paradigms along in the process. Get out the environment that's keeping you to think less than, to think that you can't do it, and trust yourself, and start with the small wins so you can see the actual progression of it. And when you see the actual progression of it and the steps that you've already made, you look at that bridge that you built from the issues that you've had and made your weaknesses your strengths. I promise you, I promise you, the peace of mind you get from building from things like this is so powerful. And you can so use that for everything else in your life to really feel good and really feel happy and really to recover from all the rumination and get your mind set back into the place of where it's authentically you. You feel me? So I hope this message finds you well. I'm Fonzie Murph, and I'm out. Peace.